Hello everyone. You're about to hear a brief recap of the movie These Final Hours. 10 minutes ago, a massive asteroid struck Earth. Most of humanity has already been wiped out. Australians were a bit luckier. The firestorm will reach them in 12 hours. People are coping with the tragedy in different ways. James, for example, gets drunk, while a crowd by the roadside reads the Bible. Some people party, others turn aggressive and attack strangers. A few still hope for salvation. Dead bodies are scattered everywhere. Zoe asked James to stay with her, but he left his girlfriend and went to some party. After all, everyone chooses how to spend the last 12 hours of their life. James's path is blocked by a barricade of piled-up shopping carts. Suddenly, some maniac with a machete jumps into his car and orders him to keep driving. They pass a house completely covered in foil. The lunatic spots a random man, takes James's keys, jumps out, hacks the poor guy to pieces, and then chases James, who decides it's time to run. The maniac chases him for a long time until James hides under a car. Luckily, the killer finds another victim, giving James a chance to catch his breath. But then he notices a large man dragging a little girl into his house. At first, James just wants to steal the guy's car, but the girl's screams stop him. He grabs a hammer and goes inside. The girl is locked in the bathroom. The big man's friend attacks James with a bottle but is taken down with a single blow. The larger guy is much harder to handle. He tries to strangle James but fails and then attempts to negotiate. James frees the girl and tells her to get in the car with him. He's not like those two psychos. The girl, Rose, keeps asking him to take her to her dad. The man had burned his own house so it wouldn't be looted, so it's unclear where to go now. She and her dad were heading to Aunt Janice's place, but they ran out of gas. Soon, they find her father's car, but is nowhere to be seen. Rose shows James a photo of him. James decides to take her to his sister's house. It should be safer there. Rose finally agrees and gets back into the car. James knocks on his sister's door, but Stacy doesn't answer. The house and yard are eerily quiet. Inside, it looks like they decorated a Christmas tree and drank all the wine. Realizing something is wrong, James sends the girl to swim in the pool. Upstairs, he finds his sister and her husband, both naked and dead. In the yard, James saw 3 small crosses. His 3 nieces were buried there. After such a shock, he had to pour himself another drink. In the garage, James found his sister's car and, for a while, didn't want to let Rose inside. Well, now they're heading to a big party together. James remembers his last conversation with Zoe. For some reason, she wanted to face the end of the world sober. But it would have been easier to numb the mind. James decides it doesn't matter anymore. What difference does it make who's inside, a boy or a girl? Suddenly, he snaps. Why the hell are they sitting around waiting for a horrible death? James says he just wants to get drunk and heads to the party. Rose offers to bandage the wound on his arm and then starts wondering where people go after they die. She says it would be awful to end up in hell. Once, she wished death on a girl who bullied her, and exactly a year later, that girl died of leukemia. James comes across a police officer's family hiding in a library. He hopes to leave Rose with them, but the officer is holding a gun. His wife demands that they send the strangers away. The man turns to James and asks for help. He loves his family and doesn't want them to suffer, but he can't pull the trigger himself. There are 4 bullets in the gun, 1 for each of them. James refuses, of course, but fulfills another request. He tells the officer he forgives him for what he's about to do and slowly walks out. James continues on. The roads are empty, as if people have vanished. Of course, many have gone to the main apocalyptic party thrown by his friend Freddy. The gates open, revealing a crowd of half-naked or completely naked people dancing in ecstasy to loud music. All of them are high. James approaches the host, who almost shoots Rose. He's looking for his sister Vicky, another one of James's girlfriends. Yes, he has 2. Suddenly, some woman grabs Rose, calling her daughter Mandy. James tells the crazy woman to back off. Vicky jumps on James. Like everyone else, she's high. She drags him to bed, but is not interested. Vicky snaps at him. Does he really think she cares about any of this? Why can't they just have a good time? She decides to show him something. Meanwhile, the disturbed woman starts hunting Rose. The girl couldn't hide from her, not even in the pool. The crazy woman forced her to take an ecstasy pill. Vicky takes James to a makeshift bunker. Inside, there are bunks, some crates, water canisters, and of course, a record player. Freddie told her the supplies would last a year. James immediately shuts her down. This isn't a new home, it's a damn coffin. They'll die the second the firestorm hits the continent. Vicky has a fit of jealousy, realizing James spent the night with someone else. Eventually, it hits her, they're all going to die. Vicky tries to kiss him again, but James isn't interested. He no longer wants to get blackout drunk. Now he has a mission, to take the girl to her father. Freddie comes down, upset because he wanted to show his bunker himself. James tells the mustached guy to stop lying to his sister. They won't survive down here. James runs outside and sees that Rose is thrown up. Finally, he pulls her away from the crazy woman. But Freddie blocks his path with a gun. The guy just wanted to enjoy the last party, and now James has ruined everything. Vicky shows up, takes the gun from her brother, points it at the lunatic, and blows her away. James and the girl are free to go. Their car is blocked, so James has to run carrying Rose in his arms. With every minute, the temperature rises. The girl is burning up with fever. Luckily, they come across a taxi driver who stepped away to relieve himself, leaving his car unattended. James steals it and rushes to his mother's house. Rose needs proper rest. His mother admits she feels nothing, just emptiness inside. She mentions she went to visit her daughter yesterday, but no one answered the door. James tells her he went into his sister's house and found a note. They were gone. His mother doesn't understand what he means and assumes they simply left somewhere. She doesn't understand why James is helping the girl or what he's trying to prove, but he refuses to discuss it. He just needs a couple of gas cans. James finds the fuel. By then, Rose has woken up, so they can continue their journey. Good for you, helping her, his mother says as they leave. Southeast Asia has already been destroyed. Australia doesn't have much time left. James tells his companion to cheer up. She wouldn't want her dad to see her sad. The little girl is actually glad James broke up with his girlfriend. At last, the pair reaches their destination. They arrive at Rose's aunt's house. This is where the girl was supposed to meet her dad if they got separated. But neither her aunt nor her father is anywhere to be seen. Rose runs off to check the pond. Meanwhile, James searches the area and finds numerous dead bodies in the garden. Among them, he discovers Rose's father. In his pocket is a family photo. Hearing the girl's footsteps, James rushes to stop her. The girl tries to push past him, but James picks her up and carries her away. Still, Rose insists on seeing the body to be sure. So James brings only her father's body to a clearing, giving her a chance to say goodbye. She immediately breaks down in tears. James tells her it's time to go, but Rose resists. She even bites his finger. She says she'll stay with her dad, because he wanted them to be together when it happened. At that moment, James finally realizes where he needs to be in the final moments of his life. He admits he could have been a father too. His second girlfriend is much more beautiful than the first. James realizes he made a terrible mistake leaving Zoe alone. But you still have time, Rose tells him. They hug goodbye, and James gets into the stolen taxi. The girl promises she'll watch him until he disappears from sight. Left alone, James breaks down in tears and rushes to his loved one. A terrifying rumble fills the sky. The last people on Earth have less than an hour to live. The rising heat works against James. The car overheats, and now he has to run to Zoe on foot. The sky is covered with clouds of unnatural color. James runs into a beach house, but Zoe isn't there. Instead, on the horizon, he sees a massive destructive wave rushing toward the shore. And there she is, Zoe, standing tall, not hiding, not afraid to face death. At first, she rejects him. He betrayed her, left her alone. But James still embraces her and confesses his love. She tells him she loves him too. The deafening roar drowns out their words. Sparks surround them. It's almost beautiful. The last thing Zoe manages to say before the firestorm engulfs them.